Welcome to the Genre Bender. Today we explore the greatest rivalry in early 60s American rock history. On one side, Elvis Presley, the king, returning from the army to reclaim his throne. On the other, Roy Orbison, the Caruso of Rock, who without dancing or flashy costumes, using only the power of his voice, became Elvis's main rival. From 1960 to 1965, these two Sun Records titans waged a silent war for listeners' hearts. While Elvis conquered Hollywood, Roy was creating new standards of vocal drama. We will analyze 20 key songs from this period that defined the era. It's a battle of charisma versus talent, Hollywood versus pure art. Let's go. Don't be cruel.
It goes something like this.
Let's start with the foundation. Although this song was released earlier, in the early 60s it remained the gold standard of how Elvis balanced on the edge of rock and pop.
Though a 50 seconds hit, it was still booming in 1960. It's a specimen of soft rock and roll. Elvis uses his famous vocal hiccups and relaxed style here. The song became a template for hundreds of artists. It demonstrates Presley's confidence in his right to the throne. The rhythmic backing vocals of the Jordanaires create that wall of sound that made Elvis unreachable for competitors in terms of production.
Why should we be apart? A little love, baby.
Only the Lonely.
Only the lonely.
The response was not long in coming. Roy Orbison steps out from the shadow of the greats, offering something completely different, melancholy wrapped in perfect form.
They're gone forever.
1960. This song made Roy a star. He initially offered it to Elvis, but he declined. Roy recorded it himself, creating a structure previously unseen in rock. An operatic scope, dramatic build-up, and lyrics about loneliness that cannot be hidden.
Maybe tomorrow.
This is where the bel canto rock style is born. While Elvis sang about not being cruel, Roy sang about the pain that loneliness brings. The song became a global hit, proving that rock could be intellectual.
No way I feel tonight.
It's now or never.
My darling, be mine tonight.
The King's return required an anthem. Elvis turns to classic European melodies to prove that his voice has matured and grown stronger.
Heart was captured, my soul surrendered.
Based on O Sol Mio, this 1960 song became Elvis's best-selling single. He heard the melody while serving in Germany and insisted on recording it. Here we see a new Elvis, a powerful baritone capable of complex vocal parts.
It's now or never.
It was a departure from rock and roll toward pop classics. Presley showed he was no longer a rebel in a leather jacket, but a world-class artist ready to conquer Las Vegas and Hollywood.
It's now or never.
Blue Angel.
Said goodbye.
Orbison continues his path. If Elvis is sun and glitter, Roy is moonlight and shadows. The next track confirms his status as a master of noir.
But you're not to blame. He's on the
Released following his first success, Blue Angel solidified Roy's reputation as a melancholic. The song is full of angelic backing vocals and gentle guitar. Roy sings about an unattainable ideal, an angel girl too good for this world.
magic moments divine. If you'll just
Musically, the song is complex in its simplicity. Every instrument is in place. Orbison demonstrates flawless falsetto control here. It was direct competition with Elvis's lyrics, but in much darker and deeper tones.
when love's precious flame just
Stuck on You. Elvis returns to the rhythms that brought him fame. A light, catchy track that instantly took over the 1960 airwaves.
Elvis's first single after returning from the army. The song sounds like classic rock and roll, but with cleaner, more polished production. It topped the charts and showed fans hadn't forgotten their idol. Elvis is playful and energetic here. Despite the song being simpler than his operatic experiments, it possessed that magnetism that cannot be faked. It was a signal to everyone, the king is back, and he's still in great shape.
Stick like glue. Stick because
Running scared.
Each place we go.
While Elvis delights the audience with rhythm, Orbison makes them hold their breath. A song that begins as a whisper and ends as a cry from the soul.
Feeling low.
1961, an experimental song. It has no usual chorus. It's built on one long crescendo. The orchestration grows along with the anxiety in Roy's voice. Lyrics about the fear of losing a lover, about meeting her ex.
Well, my heart was breaking. Which one?
Roy's final note in this song is one of the most powerful in recording history. It was a challenge to the entire industry. Can a #1 hit be made from a song that sounds like the finale of a classical opera? It turned out it could.
Running scared.
Can't help falling in love.
Wise men
Elvis goes into film, and soundtracks become his main weapon. The next song is an absolute masterpiece of lyricism that became his trademark.
falling in love.
1961, soundtrack to the film Blue Hawaii. The melody is based on an old French romance. Elvis sings with incredible tenderness here. It's the song that closed almost all of his future concerts. It demonstrates Presley's soft power.
Darling, so it goes. Something
While Orbison experimented with form, Elvis perfected the content of the traditional love ballad. This song made him an idol for millions of women worldwide, cementing his status as the planet's chief romantic.
with you.
Crying.
but I saw you last night.
If Elvis gives comfort, Roy gives tears. Orbison's most emotionally heavy and vocally complex work of that period.
Crying over you.
1961, another song without a clear verse-chorus structure. It flows like a stream of consciousness of a man who met a former love. Roy demonstrates his crying vocals here, which cannot be mistaken for anything else. Elvis admitted this song struck him.
I was alright for a while.
Orbison proved that a man in rock music could be vulnerable and weak. This was revolutionary for the early 60s. Roy's vocal range here seems boundless, elevating a pop song to the rank of high art.
Crying.
His latest flame.
A very old friend came by today.
Elvis proves he can still deliver stylish and modern rock. A song with a unique rhythmic pattern that became a classic.
He was gone, but still his words kept returning. What else was
1961, catchy Bo Diddley beat, acoustic guitars, and Elvis's confident vocals. Lyrics about a friend who fell in love with the very girl Elvis held dear. It's an example of very high quality, smart pop rock. The song sounds modern even today.
'Cause he was telling everyone in town of the love that he
It shows Presley could work in different genres while maintaining his style. It was a worthy attempt to keep the youth audience that was starting to tire of his Hollywood ballads.
that yesterday. This girl was in my arms and swore to me.
Dream Baby. Roy Orbison doesn't slow down. Dreams become his main theme and his voice, the guide to the world of dreams.
My dreams come true. Yeah, sweet
1962, a more upbeat track compared to his previous ballads. Roy uses rhythmic guitars and assertive vocals. A song about the endless wait for love. Despite the major key, that signature longing is still audible in Roy's voice.
How long must I dream?
It was an excellent radio hit that showed Orbison could be versatile. He successfully competed with Elvis's dance tracks, offering a more complex vocal delivery. If you like the video, give it a like and don't forget to subscribe to the Genre Bender channel.
Little Sister.
Little sister, don't you kiss me once or twice and say it's very nice and then you run.
Elvis returns to edgy rock and roll, a song about jealousy and a little sister, becoming one of the biggest tracks of the period.
Sister, don't you? Little sister, don't you?
1961, a powerful guitar riff, dense bass, and Elvis singing almost mockingly. It's one of the best rock numbers of the 60s. The song proves Elvis hadn't completely gone pop in Hollywood. The drive of the 50s is audible here.
And pinch your turned up nose, but you've been a broken.
It was released on the same record as Latest Flame, creating one of the strongest singles in Presley's career. It was a powerful response to critics who thought the king had lost his grip.
Little sister, don't you kiss me once or twice and say it's very nice.
In Dreams.
A candy-colored clown they call the Sandman. Tiptoes.
The Night Side of Life According to Roy, a song that Stephen King and David Lynch would later make iconic, absolute surrealism in music.
Then I fall asleep to dream.
1963, the peak of Orbison's style. The song starts as a quiet fairy tale and turns into a grand finale. 7 different musical sections, none of which repeat. Lyrics about how everything is fine in a dream, but waking up brings pain.
Then I drift away.
It was a musical revolution. Roy showed that a pop song could have the structure of a classical symphony. Elvis was thrilled with this track. It was the highest point of rivalry in terms of vocal skill.
But just before
Return to Sunday.
Return to sender.
Elvis returns to a playful, almost comedic style. A song that became a classic thanks to its catchy chorus.
My letter keeps coming back. So when I dropped it in
1962, light rhythm and blues, saxophone, and humorous lyrics about a letter being returned to the sender. Elvis is very relaxed here. It's a perfect example of pop culture from that time. The song became a massive worldwide hit.
no such song. Return to sender.
It demonstrates Presley's accessibility to the mass listener. While Roy dug into the depths of the subconscious, Elvis created music for parties and good moods. This was his way of holding the throne, being everywhere and for everyone.
To sender. Address unknown.
Blue Bayou.
I feel so bad I gotta worry.
Dreams of a distant blue bay, Roy creates an atmosphere of summer longing that is still considered the standard for the genre.
Someday, come on way to Blue Bayou.
1963, incredibly beautiful atmospheric song. Roy sings softly here, almost whispering at the beginning. The song is filled with nostalgia for home. It became an anthem for everyone who feels like a stranger in a big city. Musically, it is flawless from the guitar parts to the backing vocal harmonies.
I'm going back someday. Gone.
Orbison acts as a true artist here, painting a picture with sound. It was a worthy response to Elvis's Hawaiian ballads, but with a much deeper emotional subtext.
Fishing boat with their sails afloat. If I
Devil in Disguise.
You look like an
Elvis warns, appearances can be deceiving. A song that combines a gentle intro and an energetic chorus.
walk like an angel.
1963, An interesting structure, a slow, almost angelic verse and a sharp rock and roll chorus. Elvis plays with contrasts here. Lyrics about a deceitful woman. The song became an international hit and showed that Elvis still felt the trends.
You're the devil in disguise. Oh, yes, you are. Devil in disguise.
It was one of his last great hits before the British invasion changed the charts. You can feel the energy and charisma that fans loved so much in early Elvis. It was a powerful surge before industry changes.
I thought that I was in heaven.
Mean Woman Blues.
I got a woman mean as she can be.
Roy Orbison decides to show that he, too, can do real blues. Drive, energy, and signature growling in an unexpected track.
Times I think she's almost feeling me.
1963, a cover of an old rock and roll standard. Here we hear Wild Orbison. He sings aggressively with drive. It was a challenge to Elvis on his own turf. The song proved that Roy was not only a master of sad ballads, but also a great rock performer. His voice sounds powerful and confident here. This track was often performed at concerts and always evoked a storm of emotions. It showed there was real competition between the two artists for the title of the era's most versatile vocalist.
Viva Las Vegas. An anthem of excitement and the night city. Elvis in his best form of the soundtrack period, energy overflowing.
1964, title song for the film. It's an explosion of energy. Elvis sings about bright lights, casinos, and speed. The song became the unofficial anthem of Las Vegas. It showcases Presley the showman. Despite being a soundtrack, the song has real rock drive. It solidified Elvis's image as the king of entertainment. While Roy went deep, Elvis pushed the boundaries of show business, turning music into a grand spectacle.
It's over. The finale has arrived. Roy sings about the end of love with such pathos and grandeur that it feels like the end of the world.
1964, another monumental ballad. The song starts with a marching rhythm and gradually turns into a massive vocal climax. Roy sings that it's over and there's no going back. The final high note in this song is considered one of the most difficult to perform.
Golden days before they end.
It was a response to Elvis's cheerful Hollywood. Orbison continued to insist that music should carry real, often heavy emotions. It was a triumph of vocal art.
Hound Dog.
You ain't nothing
Return to the roots. Elvis reminds us where it all began. His most famous song in a new early 60s rendition.
Although a 1956 hit in the early 60s, Elvis continued to perform it at every show. It was his foundation. The song symbolizes his rock and roll past, which he tried to preserve in Hollywood. It reminded fans of the wild guy he once was. In the context of the rivalry with Orbison, Hound Dog was his defense. Roy didn't have such a powerful back catalog of rock hits. It was a way to show who the true progenitor of the genre was.
Oh, Pretty Woman.
Down the street, pretty woman, the kind I like to meet.
Grand finale. The song that proved American rock was alive and could even beat the Beatles. Roy Orbison's biggest hit.
Pretty woman, and you look lovely.
1964, a brilliant guitar riff, instantly recognizable growl, and confident vocals. The song topped the charts during the British invasion. It became a global phenomenon. Roy combined everything here: drive, vocal skill, and great lyrics. It was his ultimate victory. While Elvis was stuck in movie contracts, Roy created a timeless song that didn't rely on image. It was a worthy finale to our rivalry. Roy Orbison proved that the voice and the song are what matter most.
In conclusion, Elvis and Roy were two sides of the same coin. Elvis is the body and the show. Roy is the soul and the voice. Both came from Sun Records, and both changed music forever. Elvis remained the king of pop culture, and Roy the king of vocal drama. Who won for you? Write in the comments. Subscribe to the Genre Bender, like the video, and listen only to good music. See you soon!
If you like the video, give it a like and don't forget to subscribe to the Genre Bender channel.